Today's move is called a Jager Domino, and it looks just like this. So that is the Jager Domino shot, pouring 12 Jager bombs all at the same time. Bomb shots have been really popular, especially Jager bombs, cherry bombs, X bombs, all that kind of stuff have been really popular for the last few years in clubs and other bars. And so this is a really, really fun way to pour a bunch of those at the same time. But as always, when we practice, we're going to start small. So instead of doing that full 12 that we did there before, we're going to go ahead and just start small with 4. I think if you YouTube, there's even a video out there where someone doing like the Guinness Book of World Records for Jager domino shots, and it's something like a couple hundred. It's really cool to see, but to get to that point, you have to start small. So what we are going to do is just grab 4 glasses. Let's talk glassware on this. I'm using slightly different glasses than I used in the last shot just because I don't have as many of these, but I prefer these. These are pretty much your typical low ball glasses you'll find in most bars. Obviously, you have to work with what you have in your bar. Make sure what you have is able to withstand a shot glass being knocked over into it. This is one of those that can be, it's a really easy trick to do, and it has a high payoff, so I love it. But there's also a little caveat that it can be a little dangerous, that if you don't do it right, or even if you do it right, sometimes it will break. The shot glass actually falling into the glass will break this glass. So you can prevent that by doing 2 things. 1, making sure you have enough Red Bull or liquid in the bottom glass, and 2, also making sure your glasses are just sturdy enough, making sure you have the proper glassware. So we're going to line up 4 glasses. We are going to go ahead and make sure these are lip to lip. They're all the same type of glass, but however, when these things get fabricated, there'll be small little differences in them that they won't necessarily always sit even. Some of them will be just a millimeter or 2 off, and that'll cause it to kind of tilt like this. So what you can do to fix that is either try different ones, see if that works a little better, or if that's not working, what you can do is sometimes spin them, because they'll be just a little higher on one side and a little lower on the other. So we got 4 glasses lined up like so. If someone orders 4 bomb shots, and then we're going to go ahead. Actually, what I prefer to do before I put the shot glasses up, you can do it either way. I prefer to get the liquid, the Red Bull or energy drink or whatever you're pouring, into these at first. Since we're practicing, we're just going to go ahead and use some water, and we are going to fill them up. Of course, if you're doing a bomb shot, you have to worry about your portion control. And so you have to make sure, usually 1 Red Bull can, depending on the establishment you work in, will go between either 3 or 4 Jager bombs. Sometimes you can stretch it to 5. I would definitely not recommend that for this. This you want to have more is better. I'd probably go 1 Red Bull can to about 3 Jager bombs, just because the more liquid we have in here, it's going to cushion the impact a little bit when that bomb shot, when the shot glass actually falls into it. Once we've got our Red Bull, or for now our practice liquid in there, we're just going to go ahead, real simple. So what I like about this move, like I said, is that it is low technique and skill, once you understand the basics of what you're doing, and really high payoff, which especially when you're starting Flair is really key to have stuff that is just really visually appealing, but doesn't necessarily take you hours and hours and hours to learn. So I've got my liquid in here, I've got my shot glasses balanced up there. Then I'd go ahead and use my whatever I'm going to use for the bomb shot, be it cherry vodka for a cherry bomb, grape vodka, Jägermeister, what have you. I'm going to go ahead and pour these in here, being really careful, because of course the problem you run into is if, as you're lining these up to pour these for people, if you bump them and they spill, you kind of are out of luck. You either have to just sell them as they are or eat that and then redo it. So this one can be a little bit tricky. Make sure you're comfortable doing that. And you got everything nice and nicely balanced on there. We got 3 shots and 4 glasses, so to fix that, we have our 4th shot here. And it's really just plain and simple. What we're going to do is start with this one on the edge and just let it fall in, and it'll domino those over. Conversely, the other things that I have a really good coworker who once showed me that he would line these up and then actually take a martini shaker full of ice, hop the bar with some other friends, and instead of having him this way in the bar, he would have him facing that way. And then he would actually get the group of guys, whoever bought them, to all take a piece of ice and actually try and throw them at the shot glass to try and knock it in. And whoever actually knocked it in didn't have to pay for the round of shots, whatever kind of. If you want to have that kind of fun with your guests, that's great. If you're in that kind of environment where you can hop the bar and throw ice and do that kind of stuff. Otherwise, for just the Jager bomb or the bomb shot domino, we've got a full one here. We're just going to let that fall in, and there it goes. So that is pretty much the basics of it. I won't go on and on anymore, as I tend to do sometimes. But things to keep in mind, like I said, make sure your glassware can stand up to this. Make sure that it's sturdy enough, because occasionally you will see one break, and then you want to make sure that that does not get served to your guest. Always have your guest safety in mind. But otherwise, have fun with this one. This one's a really great prop Flair move for you. So good luck and practice, practice.